Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Wacky Wednesdays!
Wacky Wednesdays!
Welcome to Wacky Wednesdays. I'm Christy Richardson, the Children's Director at Northside Church. Let's have some fun.
It's a noisy girl life.
This is the part of our time together where you get to meet my kitty cat, Noisy Girl. She's behind me. She's fantastic, isn't she? All right, Noisy Girl's an interesting one. She definitely has a personality, and you're going to get to see all different ways that she expresses herself in these upcoming weeks. She was a feral cat. She was wild and living in the woods behind our home. And one day we were eating dinner and we heard the craziest meow on the back deck. That's how she got her name, Noisy Girl. She's very noisy. Every time I take her to the vet, they say, we know where she got her name from. So you're going to get to hear her, you're going to get to meet her, and in this first clip, you're going to get to see a way that she definitely is able to express what she likes and what she doesn't like. So let's take a look at it.
It's a noisy girl life.
I told you Noisy Girl can communicate. She definitely lets us know what she likes and what she doesn't like. Well, I have a wacky story I want to share with you from my childhood. I had a horse named Mandy. Mandy definitely knew how to communicate. I would go ride her every day. When we left the barn, Mandy would barely walk. I mean, a slow pace. I'd be like, come on, girl, let's go. No. Slow. We'd walk for a long time. Then finally I'd get tired of trying to make her go any faster. Even trot, she wouldn't do it. So I'd turn around to head back towards the barn, which meant heading back towards her food, and she would take off and gallop, almost throwing me off of her. I'd have to hold on as she flew back to the barn, because then she was going to get fed. She clearly knew how to communicate with me that all she wanted to do was have me feed her. So that's my wacky story.
Let's get it. Wacky Stephie, taking us back, giving us laughs. Wacky Stephie, giving us laughs. It's a wacky staff.
Hey kids, I'm Daphne Moses. I'm one of the pastors here at Northside Church, and I'm so glad to be with you. I want to share with you one of my many wacky stories. When I was young, your age, I loved to be outside. I loved to spend as much time outside as I could, and I loved to camp. I loved to sleep outside in tents, and I loved catching bugs and frogs and lizards, and I just loved being outside. And I grew up every summer going to church camp and to Girl Scout camp. And one year, I think I was about 10, and I was at Girl Scout camp, and we were leaving the lake area where we would swim every day, and we were hiking back up to our unit where our tents were. And I was kind of at the end of the line because I was looking for frogs and lizards, and I saw something moving up under some leaves. And so I stopped and I got a stick and I moved all those leaves to see what was up under those leaves, what was making those leaves move. And kids, it was a snake. It was a big snake. I mean, a huge snake. And so I got that stick and I started poking that snake. Now, kids, you should never do that. You hear me? Don't ever do what I did.
Never.
But I started poking that snake with that stick, and you know what happened? That snake bit me. On this finger right here, on the hand that I was holding that stick, and it bit me, and all of a sudden there was blood. And when I stopped yelling and wiped all that blood away, I had 2 little fang marks from that snake. Now, it wasn't a poisonous snake, so I was fine. And you know, I was very proud of those 2 fang marks from that snake, and I showed everybody I saw for the next week those fang marks. I was quite proud of that, but that's pretty wacky, isn't it? That's pretty wacky.
Bible story. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I've invited my best friend Lisa to tell the Bible story. Tonight, she's going to tell us about Balaam and his donkey. So take it away, Lisa.
Let's do it. Let's jump into the Old Testament,
All right.
which is one of two parts of the Bible. Remember, there's the Old Testament and the
New Testament.
That's right. And so we're in the Old Testament in the book of Numbers, chapter 22, and we get to find Balaam and his donkey. And we find Balaam having quite the reputation at the time, which means that people knew about him, God's people, the Israelites, and also people in power, like the kings in the area, knew about Balaam. He had a really good reputation, and he was known to have a direct connection to God, which is pretty incredible. So the king of Moab wanted Balaam to come and talk to him because he wanted him to do something for him.
Okay.
And so Balaam prayed to God, and he thought that God told him to go to talk to the king of Moab.
But that's not what God told him.
No, that's not what God told him. He got it wrong, and that's okay.
That happens.
That happens sometimes. We misunderstand what God wants us to do. And so in this case, Balaam thought that he needed to go talk to the king of Moab. So let's show you who Balaam is. Hello,
my elf.
Balaam.
If you've been in my office, you've seen this elf before.
You have, but this is Balaam. I think it's a good representation of him.
That's totally what he would have
showing
looked
some
like.
joy, trying to travel in joy, and he's got his faithful
Oh,
pet
no!
and his donkey.
Oh my God, this is my pig. This is my pig.
It's your hula pig.
My hula pig.
Hula
That
pig.
we've used. The kids love this pig.
Kids, if you're learning about your animals, you're right. This is a pig. It's not a donkey.
Not a donkey.
But I want you to put on your imagination caps, and we're going to imagine this as a donkey right now.
All right, cool.
And Balaam's riding him.
See why I asked Lisa to do this?
Yep, yep.
All right.
All right, so let's head off. They're heading to the king of Moab. God does not want him to go talk to the king of Moab, so he tells an angel of his to go and stand in the road with your big sword and make sure they know not to go this way.
Block the road.
Block the road.
All
Okay,
right.
big sword. Guess what, though? Balaam didn't see it. Barbara,
Is that the name of our donkey?
we're gonna,
Okay.
Barbara belongs to Balaam.
Okay.
The Bible does not say that.
Ooh.
Ooh. But we're just going to
of
call the
bees.
donkey Barbara for now.
All right. So
Barbara sees the angel. Balaam does not. Sees the angel in the road with the sword. Barbara goes, whoa, need to get off. Balaam does not like that very much. Does what he needs to do to get Barbara back onto the road. By the way, remember, Barbara is not actually mentioned in the Bible, just as the donkey. Okay, continues going on. So for the second time, sees another angel on the road with the sword. Same angel, actually.
Same angel?
And says, oh, gotta go turn off this way. Ah! Balaam very upset. Why is my donkey not doing what she's supposed
Because
to do?
Balaam didn't see the angel.
Didn't
Only
see the angel.
donkey.
Donkey saw the angel.
So now third time.
Third time goes. The angel thinks, okay, this way they won't be able to turn right and turn left. It's a skinny road. They're going to have to turn back. So the donkey does the only thing the donkey knows how to do and lays down, and
Falls
Balaam
over.
falls and is bothered that his donkey is not doing what he wants him to do. Okay.
So he starts yelling at the
He
donkey.
does, but this is the wacky part of the story. I feel like they need to know this. This is when God allowed Balaam and his donkey to understand each other perfectly.
Totally
So
wacky.
Balaam is losing his mind, starts yelling at his donkey, why aren't you being faithful to me? Why you been going all over the place, turning left, turning right, you're not staying on the path, do what I want you to do. The donkey responds back, when have I ever been unfaithful to you? When have I ever not done what you wanted me to do? Don't you think I know something you don't know? It's amazing that they understood each other perfectly. Or is it not super wacky because you sure knew what Noisy wanted?
That's true. Noisy Girl makes it very clear what she wants. We know when she's mad.
No
You're right,
pets.
Lisa. We know when she...
Just pats.
Good. We know when she wants to be touched, when she doesn't want to be touched.
Yes.
That's... And my horse, Mandy.
Mandy.
Same thing. Mandy made it very clear when she wanted to go back and not walk around.
She was not
any.
interested in giving you a
So
good
animals
ride.
communicate all
do.
the time.
And Daphne and her snake.
Daphne.
That was a way to tell the girl,
The
silly
11-year-old, I
wacky
think.
Daphne, stop poking me.
Daphne, I think
Bang
that snake
you.
was communicating with you,
Communicating
my
with you.
friend.
And so that's what Balaam's donkey was doing. We don't know if Balaam's donkey was talking in like a donkey language, like ee-haw, and all that stuff, or grunting and groaning. We don't know if it was speaking
But
Hebrew.
that's not the important part.
That's not the important part. The important part is that God allowed man and beast to understand each other at this time, and to let Balaam know what his will was for him, what he was supposed to do.
So what happened? What Balaam do?
Balaam instantly, after his donkey gave him a piece of her mind or his mind, then God opened Balaam's eyes, and so then he saw the angel in the road as well, and he realized, oh my goodness, my faithful transportation, my pet, has saved me, and has told me what God needs to do. What a wonderful and wacky story that is. I just love it. I love that it shows how God, again, will do anything he can to make sure that we understand him and communicate with him. I love it.
So we'll keep communicating with you,
Yep.
kids. Join us next Wednesday for another Wacky Wednesday, where we'll talk about another wacky Bible story. And also,
On Sundays for Sundays at the Intersection.
can't wait to see you then. Have a great week.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.